Thanks for coming back to her sideline of the story. I have a special guest today. Her name is Hope Maier, and she is a sports multimedia creative. Let's hear about your background and where you got started.
So the general gist is I grew up in South Carolina, did gymnastics all through like growing up since preschool. And so when I graduated from college, I was in education. So I taught preschool, I taught first grade. Then whenever I was having my first daughter, I kind of left the education world and did more like freelancing stuff that I had done for my room. So, like, I would make decorations and do like design stuff for my room whenever I couldn't find anything online. And so then I started doing like some of that design and illustration stuff freelance and taking pictures on the side, like in the family portrait sense. I did my sister and my brother-in-law's graduation portraits. So I was kind of like my photo with like a real camera. I also I did photography as a middle schooler, with a disposable camera on like school field trips and stuff. So yeah, and like lifestyle
Love
documentary.
disposable cameras. We might be about the same age. I'm not sure. You don't have to disclose.
91. Okay. I'm
We're,
okay.
oh, we're close. We're close. I'm 87.
Oh,
My brother's
yeah. Yeah, my husband's 89, and so he's always like, "Oh, generation gap, 80s versus 90s."
my
I'm like,
husband's
"Oh,
90,
okay."
so he's like a few years younger than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of always like liked having cameras around. But I'd never really like thought that sports was like a thing that was serious or like that you could do for like people to pay you. Um, until I know, until I started taking pictures at a club level. So Clemson, before they had their NCAA Division One team, they had club teams, and a lot of colleges do. Um,
Mhm.
so you still compete against other colleges, but it's not the NCAA; it's NAIGC, which stands for college gymnastics, basically, with
Okay.
other letters. But Clemson hosts a meet, and so I reached out to some people because I was in that club, and I was like, "Hey, can I come by and like take pictures for the club since I'm an alum?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure, do whatever." And so I started taking pictures there, and it was so cool. And then through that, once Clemson announced they were getting a team, someone from College Gym News reached out to me because I had posted pictures of the NAIGC meet, and that's kind of how I got into the college gymnastics world.
Awesome. And I love that you are an athlete as well. Like you did gymnastics. So it's really cool to like from that perspective of you being an athlete versus like that's like I feel that way when I photograph running photos. Like I'm like, oh, there's just like that personal connection that just makes
Yes.
it so special. That's
Yes.
cool.
And it's so, like, helpful to know what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing your sport.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes.
I've not ever done any gymnastics. I would like to try. It'd be fun, but
Oh,
that's cool. I
it's the
don't know a
best.
whole lot about it. It's just such a beautiful sport. Like, so
Mhm.
it's like I love to watch it. I really only watch it during the Olympics, sadly, but
That's
I should,
normal. Don't
yeah,
no,
I should,
don't worry. I'm not offended personally.
I should watch it more often, but awesome. That's really cool.
I'm
Oh,
sorry. That's my dog.
hi.
There he is.
What's
He's
up?
protecting us from, like, the troublesome squirrels of
Oh,
the
yes.
neighborhood.
That's an important job.
Yes.
My dog is somewhere in the house just, like, sleeping.
Oh, like we all wanna do it
Yeah.
in the afternoon.
11, yeah. Do your kids do any gymnastics or any sports or anything, or are they at that age yet?
Yeah, no, they are. So, um, my oldest had been in it a couple years, and my youngest just started this year. It's our first year. She's so cute. But I put them in gymnastics, and I personally think that gymnastics is such a good like baseline for any sport. It's got the spatial awareness, it's got the strength, it's
Mhm.
got the mobility, which a lot of people, it's
Yeah.
like that's like the number one thing that when people get older, they're like, "Oh, I used to be able to do that." But anyway, so yes, they're in gymnastics. Short answer, yes. Um, and I love it so much, just like for anyone. So I have to keep reminding myself that they don't have to do gymnastics. It's good that they're doing it now, as like to see what they're if they do like it or something as like a jumping off point. But if they want to like go do soccer or archery or choir or something, it's okay. They don't have to do gymnastics.
You're like, but I want them to.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, how fun. All right. So, what is your favorite thing that you have photographed so far? Like most proud accomplishment, the event that you've enjoyed the most, either one or both, or
Oh my. Okay. Well, I think the like well, oh, I don't know. Oh, okay. So what I'm
it's
thinking
almost
about.
like I hit you with it without any warning.
No, I love it though. So personally for me, with my life story, getting to photograph the inaugural Clemson Gymnastics meet, their very first meet ever, and their very first home meet, but mostly it's just the very first meet because gymnast, Clemson alum. When I was a gymnast at Clemson, we always were like, "Hey, we're like really good at nationals every year. Do you think we can like, think about like maybe Clemson could get a team or something like that?"
Yeah.
So when it finally came and then I was there photographing it, it was just like, oh my gosh, my life is like full circle now.
That's so cool. That's awesome. I love that. I bet that was a
Yeah.
really cool feeling for sure.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
cool.
I know I love seeing all of your you're really good at doing like behind the scenes stuff. I'm like, I want to be better at doing stuff like that.
Ah,
Like,
no, maybe it's the ADHD, but like I notice a lot of things that like I don't see people posting. I don't know if they don't notice them or just they are are choosing not to. I don't know, but
yeah.
people have told me that like the things that they didn't notice was happening or that they thought to take a picture of
Hmm.
is what I do. And I really like when I was doing like the portrait stuff and I had done like some online classes, one thing that really stuck out to me was like the storytelling aspect and how to, even just like a family session, how to really capture the whole story and the vibe. Um, was to get like a wide shot and then a close up and like the portrait thing. So to have all those aspects to be able to tell the whole story. So I do try to also bring that into events. So I really love the wide shot of like the whole venue. And then like the details, like in gymnastics is a lot of chalk. So like chalk dust,
I love
I
those.
really love.
Cool.
Um,
I do
in
that with
addition to like the cool action. Yeah.
like when they're spraying a water bottle on their face or something, like
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So, I try to I try to do that in events too.
awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. I haven't noticed if you've done other sports other than like gymnastics is what pops out to me when I see your stuff, but um,
Yeah. No,
it's
I love it. I love to be the gymnastics girl. But yes, I do have experience with other sports too. I have done college football. I shot at, Clemson and Charleston Southern. I've done softball, which I had never done before last year, but it was so cool.
that's fun.
I shot volleyball, like, last month for the first time. It's
Volleyball is very hard.
oh my gosh.
So hard.
I was uneducated and unaware about volleyball, like, from a general sense, just, like,
Yeah,
as a fan, but it's so fast. Oh my god.
it is. It is so
I, like,
fast.
didn't breathe the whole time.
Yeah, I've done quite a bit of it, and I feel like I'm still always like a few seconds behind the ball, and I even played volleyball, so it's
Oh
like
my gosh, really?
yeah, in middle
Yeah.
school and high school, freshman year,
Yeah.
then I transitioned
Okay.
to running, but yeah, like volleyball is It's hard to like it's hard to predict, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Like in gymnastics and
Is
in football, you generally know which direction people are going. And
see, is there anything just anything that you'd like to like talk about otherwise? Like
sure, yeah.
I really like the conversational feel rather than like reading off of a paper and being like, you know,
Yes.
la, la.
Less job interview.
Yeah, like I just want it to be, fun conversation. So,
Yeah.
but
No, one thing that um I listen to a podcast also about creativity just in general that I really love. And one thing that really resonated with me, the podcast is Creative Pep Talk with Andy
I was
J.
gonna
Pizza.
ask creative pep
Yeah.
talk with who?
Yes. Andy J. Pizza.
Okay. I'm gonna
So
check it out.
as a general like creativity, I would definitely recommend it. It is like really high energy level. So if you're like, if that's not your vibe, then I guess
It
that's not your vibe. But
depends on the day, the mood.
yeah, it's always my vibe. I love it so much, probably because that's just me also. So, anyway, so one thing that's resonated with me through just listening to that for a while is kind of like going back to your younger self before you were afraid to be cringe. And like that's the stuff that really connects with you on like a visceral level. And so you're not like trying to force anything.
Mhm.
And so recently I found a digital copy of a picture I took in 2000. No, yes, 2004, I think. Yeah, because I was 13. Um, at USA Championships. It's like my first
Oh,
sports
wow.
photography picture ever. And it
Oh.
was with like a little point and shoot. I think maybe I don't think it was disposable. I think it was like a little point and shoot, like my little red Kodak. Um, but it was at US Championships, and I was like, oh my gosh, gymnastics and photography. It's been there the whole time, like sports,
I just got
being
chill.
at the sport. And it's like I knew it when I was 13, and I'm
That's
just
amazing.
now like fully realizing like, yes, it's important, it matters to you. You can do it. So you don't have to like try to pretend to be something because that's what like legitimate photographers do and stuff. So just do your thing before you are afraid to be cringe.
I love that. That's fun. And I love that, like, like, it's like you made an opportunity for yourself by, like, reaching out and asking, like, "Hey, can I shoot this for?" Because like, I feel like I get asked all the time, like, "How did you get here? How did you get to do this? How do what should I do?" And I'm like, that's such a loaded question because there's like everybody's story is so different. That's like why I'm doing this podcast because I love hearing like the different journeys
Oh
of women,
yeah.
like, how they've, gotten to where they are and how where they're going and um that's like I love that as an example that like you're like I want to do this. I'm going to make this happen and you made it happen.
Yeah, it was totally just like I wonder what would happen if I did that. Or like, that would be
Yeah.
kind of cool. And then it's like spiraled in the best way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like almost like you have to get creative also within looking for opportunities because
Yes.
like there's the really obvious opportunities like I want to go shoot for Getty and it's like no,
Yeah.
that's not where you start.
No, that line's super
And
long.
most
Don't
people don't
don't
get
go
there.
there.
So those are like
Yeah.
obvious opportunities of like how to get on a sideline or how and it's like but that's like the illustration of like the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg and then the whole thing like there's a whole
Yes.
story packed underneath there.
Gosh, that's another thing from the podcast, Creative Pep Talk. Um,
I have to check this one out for sure.
yes. Oh, it's so fun. It's so good. It's like the right amount of like insightful and like fun. So,
Perfect.
but the idea was many paths, one goal. So the goal is, or like your shining star is to be on the sidelines of something, but there's like so many different ways to get there.
Yeah.
But as long as they're all going towards that goal, it doesn't super matter which one you take because you'll end up at the same place. So
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many different ways to do stuff.
yeah.
Especially now, like, people are, with social media and stuff, like, it's almost like there's not 2 different worlds, but, like, there's, like, content creation, and then there's editorial photography, which is what I do, and then, like, there's different niches, I always say that word wrong.
I say niche because it makes me think of
It
a
sounds
Dr. Seuss
cool.
character.
Yeah.
Niche. The
It sounds like
niches.
yeah. Are there any, like, publications that you have been featured in that you wanna talk about?
Yeah, so college gym news, I have a ton there.
Nice.
Um, yeah, I live in Clemson, so
Okay.
I cover them a lot. I do
Yeah.
some I've done like contract work for Clemson, so it'll be there. I think I have a couple that they've used. Um, what else? The football ones have been for private clients. The volleyball and the softball were personal projects, but still super cool. I'm trying to think if I have anywhere that like you could just look up. I think mostly it's college gym news. That's like my main bread and butter.
Cool.
I started a list of like links for articles that I have the head
I do that
image
too.
for, and then I like got sidetracked and I haven't been able to go back and look because it's a lot. I'm not don't want to toot my own horn, but toot toot.
Yeah, I get it. I bookmark mine, like, if I see, because I don't always know when something is sold, so it's like sometimes I'll get a Google notification or something, and I'm like, "Oh, that's my book."
Oh yeah.
So then
Oh
I'll,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I'll bookmark it, so I have, like, a bookmark.
Yeah. I guess
Um,
that is true because through college gym news, like athletes have access to the galleries. So they will sometimes post the pictures from our galleries. So that's like, I mean, it's pub published
yeah.
on the internet, but it's not like through a publication. So it's
It's still
still cool. It's
counts.
being used. It's
Yeah,
cool.
it's
Yeah.
being used. That's awesome. I have my morning coffee. Well, this is my 2nd cup of coffee. This is my protein coffee.
Oh, yes. Completely different and very important.
Yes, yes. Um, we can just talk nerdy gear for a minute. So,
Yay!
so I had rented the Canon. Are you Canon or Nikon?
I am, yes.
Yeah,
Canon. Canon
Canon.
gang.
Canon girls. So I rented the 400 millimeter f4 uh DO. Is I don't know if you've heard of that one. It's like it stands for diffractive optics, I think.
Mm,
It's It's not the L series, but it's similar. So
okay.
it's made with, like, a different glass, and it's lighter, like, so much lighter than, like, the original 400 2.8, which is very, very difficult for me to carry.
Yes.
I feel like I'm just, like, swinging it all over the place. The newer ones are a lot lighter, but they're also, like, $12,000.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like, I can't afford that.
Yeah.
Um, so I tried that one out, and what ended up happening, I loved it, but it was the version 2, and I bought the version 1. Yes, it's cheaper, but it's also not as good.
Mm,
Apparently, the difference between the version 1 and the version 2 is just, like, astronomical. So, I
wow.
was, like, kinda mad at myself, and I used it for maybe 6 months, and I just was like, "This isn't good enough. I'm not getting the quality. Like, it's just not sharp enough, it's not fast enough."
Yeah.
So,
Is it is it RF or EF?
it's EF. Yeah,
Okay.
I still shoot on DSLR.
Nice.
Yeah,
Solid. Yep.
yeah.
I'm
I
all mirrorless.
I'm jealous. I
With
definitely
an
need
adapter though.
you what?
With an adapter though, so don't be
Oh,
too
okay.
impressed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to know because 'cause I'm at the point where I'm like, "Okay, if I do upgrade my lens, maybe I should get an RF lens and then upgrade one of my bodies and blah, blah, blah." It's a whole puzzle piece thing.
Y- Yeah, there's like it's a lot of
'Cause I
gears
wanna
to manage.
Yeah, I do wanna go mirrorless. I have rented and loaned, like, so I've rented mirrorless for golf. Um,
Mhm.
Shout out Live Golf.
Mm. Oh, yeah, look at
I
you.
hadn't worn my hat yet, and it's like my thing to wear a hat for these, so I just wear hats
Oh,
in general, but so I was like, "Oh, wear
that's
my Live hat."
fun.
Um,
Yeah.
and my husband picked this out because I didn't have enough time to shop while I was working. He got to go with me, which was cool,
Oh,
but
that's fun.
I trust you, pick me out a hat, and I was like, "You did good."
Yay. Pass.
Yay,
Good
pass.
husband check.
So, anyway, we were required to shoot mirrorless for that because of the silent shutter
Oh.
situation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I was
That
like,
makes
"Well, I
sense.
will just rent." Which is funny because Live is, like, it's actually pretty loud, so I'm like, "It's kinda funny that they require silent shutter." PGA makes sense because it's like, you know, you could hear
Yeah.
crickets when they're teeing off.
Oh, yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
playing music but anyway, I complied, so
Oh, they play music? That's so
like, "Okay."
interesting.
Yeah, it's actually a really, really fun atmosphere, like, it's really kid friendly, like, it's family fun, like, it's very different than
Mhm.
a traditional golf setting, but it's a lot of fun, like, I was
Yeah.
skeptical at first, and I was like, "This is interesting," and then I got to shoot it last year in Nashville, and I was
Mhm.
like, "This is very cool."
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to go back this year, but they didn't have it in Nashville, they had it in Indianapolis. I see
Mm.
your doggy again.
Yep, he's still on guard.
Oh, is he a golden?
He is. Well, he's a golden doodle.
A golden doodle.
Berkey.
Hello.
There he is.
Big dog person, so hi.
Yes.
What's his name?
His name's Barker. Yep,
Barker.
he's a 70-pound standard golden doodle, so he's
Oh,
our big goofy giant.
I love him. Fun.
Yeah, so what you were saying about live versus PGA is
Oh, yeah.
very interesting because, like you said, you only watch gymnastics in the Olympics. So that's the elite gymnastics. So USA gymnastics. But college gymnastics is NCAA gymnastics. So like different governing bodies and stuff.
Yeah.
But the difference between those two organizations and the way that the events are exactly like that. Like USA Gymnastics Elite is like very much.
Like, kind of posh and proper.
Yes, yes. There's no like, yeah, when you finish your routine, your team's not like coming up and surrounding you. So that's like what everyone sees at the Olympics and stuff.
Mhm.
But then college gymnastics is like completely flipped. It's like a
Really?
party. There's like lights, there's
That
music,
sounds
there's
so
pom
fun.
poms. Your team, like you stick your landing and your team like surrounds you. And they're like, oh my
Awesome.
gosh, good job. There's like
Let's
special
go.
items you get if you stick a landing. It's, and when I did the
So
Clemson meet, it was a little bit shocking on that level too, because I was also only used to like elite gymnastics.
Mhm.
And it was so, like, energetic. The energy is through the roof,
I love that. That sounds fun.
and yeah, it's, like it's so much fun to just be there, and then I get to take pictures, so it's, like, double fun.
Yeah. That's so cool. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
A lot of my live events are spring sports based. So
Yeah.
gymnastics is doesn't start till January,
Mhm.
softball is after that, and so my fall, I do, I do some school portraits of my team stuff for local club
Oh, yeah.
sports.
Cool.
But yeah, when oh my gosh, when you were saying about the cowboy hats, I just whenever I whenever I cover the ACC championships for gymnastics, I love
Mhm.
it. It's so cool. But
That's
both years that I've done it, they always get a hat and a shirt,
uh,
for winning. And
mhm.
then they're like taking their picture with their
Ugh,
trophy, and then they're
with the
all
shirt
like
on?
this
Oh,
because
no.
they're on a podium too. So I'm like
Yeah.
a little bit lower than them. And so it's like I have to go in and look at
Uh,
each one of their faces. I'm
yeah.
like, don't you just want to like take the hat off? No, you want the hat because you just want it.
Like, "Put it on backwards
Hats.
for me, guys."
Yeah.
Guys, ladies, whichever.
I love the like oversized hats though. Those are just like so funny.
Yeah.
The, like, big foam ones,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, they're just so silly.
Yeah. That's like, I'm sure that's probably hard for, people who shoot baseball. I shoot high school baseball, but I haven't had the opportunity
Mhm.
to shoot baseball otherwise. But,
Yes.
with their hats, like, there's not a whole lot you can really do.
Yeah. All of them,
Especially
all the
editorial
time.
photographers, like, they're not spending time, putting a mask or, like, lightning, like,
Yeah,
you don't have time to do that, so I guess you
yeah.
just have to, like, I don't know, maybe some of them will overexpose a little bit sometimes,
Mhm.
overexpose the background a little bit just to make sure that's what I do end up doing if I
Okay,
in, like, a situation where, they're wearing hats or well,
okay.
helmet doesn't count because can't see their face anyway, but,
Yeah.
um,
No, that's a solid strategy, and then just bring the
yeah,
whole exposure down.
yeah.
That's a lot easier than what I did.
Yeah, because otherwise, like, I mean, people will tell you it's better to underexpose than overexpose, which in some cases, yes, but, like, I don't know. It's difficult, and it changes, like, based on what you're shooting, I feel like
Yeah,
sometimes. So,
yes, for sure,
mhm,
and especially, like, where you are. Like, if you're on a football field, like,
mhm,
I don't know, there's, like, something that I had never really thought about before I photographed gymnastics is the way that the venue reflects off of the other things in the venue. So, like, when I photograph at Stegman and in Athens at UGA, all of their branding is like black and white with like pops of red. Okay. So that's like
okay,
pretty neutral and it's like makes white balancing, you know,
gotcha.
fairly okay. Their floor is like a dark, dark gray. And
Ah,
so
okay.
sometimes that can get a little iffy if it goes too teal, but
Mhm.
overall it's not terrible.
Yeah.
Clemson's branding is orange
I
everywhere
bet
all
that
the
makes it
time,
really hard.
and they
Yeah.
have a purple floor. So I'm like, and I really try to like match the university
Uh,
colors. Like I look up their brand guidelines and like hex code and stuff. So how do I
mhm.
make this Clemson orange not turn to Tennessee orange? And
Right.
also not make everyone look like they were in the tanner for 12 hours. Yeah. So that's been really fun to learn.
That's fun. See, that's not something that I usually have to think about. So
Yes.
that's good
Yeah,
to.
because all football fields are the same unless you're at Boise or something.
Yeah, I am typically almost always outside. Like, when I shoot high school sports, I'll do, basketball and volleyball, and, like, high school gyms,
Mm,
like, it's just, like, do the best you can, like, you
yeah.
can spend hours and hours at because I shoot it for a local newspaper, if I was shooting it for, like, selling photos to parents or something, I would definitely, make sure it's as perfect as possible, uh
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, that sounds bad. I do try to make it look as best as possible, but it's okay if the white balance is just a teeny bit off, you know,
Mhm. Yeah,
because it's going
for
to
sure.
be dark. Um, but where was I going with that? Oh, yeah, typically I'm usually outside. So, but then
Yeah.
you think about, especially if it's like a noon football game or even like a soccer game that starts at like 6 p.m. and it's like when
Mhm.
time of year where the light is like, you know,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
sometimes you have to, that's a time where it's like, if the background is blown out, it's blown out because like
yeah.
your subject in your foreground is the most important thing. And there's nothing you can do about that other
Yeah.
than like you can mess with the highlights and the shadows, but you don't want to do it too much because then it looks unnatural and
Yeah.
it's the whole thing.
Yes, it's like can change in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's wild.
Hmm.
The earth. God.
The earth. Goodness. The sun.
So inconvenient. Oh,
Okay, I'll ask you one more question. So, what is like your dream event to photograph?
I'm so glad you asked
I
because
thought I
I've
might
been
know
a
the answer to this already, but I'll let
what?
you.
No. So my dream would be um, team finals, artistic women's artistic gymnastics at the Olympics.
That's what I thought.
Yes. I know it's so obvious, but it's so obvious because it's so good. I
Just
mean,
that's like the ultimate thing. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
And with this stipulation of being um, contracted or on behalf of Team USA. So
Mhm.
mostly focusing on USA. I
Yep.
probably would like if Spain or Brazil needed me, I would not say no.
Right?
But Team USA, team finals,
Yeah.
Olympics, LA 28.
LA 28.
If you're listening, Team USA, NBC, anybody,
I'm available.
I'm available. They
Give
won't
me
let
a
me book a hotel yet, but I'm available. I'm on the
call.
email list for LA 28 and I check, but
I'm not. I need to get on that. I keep thinking it's too early, but it's really not.
well, they
I don't know
they
that I'll
tricked
be able
me. They
like,
tricked me because they're like, "Oh yeah, sign up so you can learn about accommodations and
oh.
tickets." Whoops, for events. And so I clicked on it and I was like, "Oh yeah, let me see what are my choices." And they're like, "No, no, 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 just like sign up for the list so we can tell you when it is available." I was like, "Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I guess it is a little early."
Yeah. I know. I wonder, honestly, like, I wonder what the odds are of getting in. Like, I know that it's going to be tough, but
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, my plan, my current philosophy is I'm going to be there no matter what because it's in LA. My dad went to the 96 Olympics in Atlanta.
oh, cool.
Um, and so I just like in my home gym in Aiken, they have a 96 Olympics like flag is just like on the wall with like all the other flags. But I just have looked at it and every time we're going to be like, oh, my dad went there. And now they're back in the States and then in LA. And I'm like, I have to. I have to.
Yeah.
I can't not.
Yeah. That's cool. Um, yeah, I don't know. I need to start thinking of like, how can I do this? How can I make this happen? What are my chances?
What gears can I set in motion?
There's still some time. There's still time.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
hey, what I have learned is like never count anything out because
Mhm.
just wild stuff can happen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I've been
So,
contacted on a Wednesday for something they needed on Friday.
yep,
So
yep.
it's not impossible.
It's a whirlwind. It's an interesting our industry is industry is interesting. Okay, and I just thought of one more question. Do
Yeah.
you have a favorite gymnast
Yes.
that you like to follow their career or like could be anybody, like
Okay.
NCAA or former NCAA turned Olympic, retired, anyone.
Ooh, okay. Former. Okay, well, obviously,
Or
I
current. Or
I
current.
would be shunned if I don't say Simone
Oh.
because amazing, dote on all accounts, for good reason too,
Yep.
legitimate.
Yeah.
And also just because I've been in the same room with her, I've been within arm's distance of her at UGA because her coach is now the Georgia gymnastics coach. So the
Okay.
first meet, Simone came and she was out on the floor, and I was out on the floor also. So I have to say her, or we wouldn't be best friends anymore. Um, but who else? When I was growing up, let me think. You know, oh, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot because when I was growing up, we, I would like, my team and I would have like pizza parties and watch US championships.
Oh, fun.
And so I remember watching like Courtney Coupettes and Tasha Schweikert and like all these people that are now, on to do other things. But then the cool part is that some of them are like in like coaching roles.
Hmm.
So just being able to watch them at an elite level, like when I was also, in that realm, and then now they're in the college realm, and I am also in the college realm. So I think like
That's
Kyla Ross, Jordan Weber, those people who kind of have made the same journey as me, I think is really cool.
that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
It's cool. One that Sean Johnson lives in Nashville,
Oh,
and
no way.
yeah, I haven't met her, but I feel like I see her everywhere all the time. Like she's very, um, philan
Oh, my, like in real life, you just like see her out
yeah,
in the world?
like not
Oh
just
my gosh.
at like events and stuff. Like she was a speaker at, like Nashville SC, our MLS soccer team. They did like
Uh-huh.
a little like mini event panel thing, like they called it Game Changers, and it was just like a little night for women in sports, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And they
That's
did like
so
a
cool.
little panel, and she was one of the speakers on the panel, and I was like, "Oh, I love her."
Yes.
And it was just
No,
really
her.
cool to hear from her because, like, she does so much. Like, her and her husband do so much for Nashville in general, like the community.
Mhm.
She's like one that pops up into my mind because I remember
Oh, yeah.
basically growing up
Yeah.
here. I think we're the same age, pretty much. She might
Okay. Yeah.
she might be your age, maybe
I think we're pretty close
pretty close. I
because
think I'm only maybe like
yeah.
a year or two older than her, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, she was
Yeah, I think
2008, maybe? Olympics?
my brother used to have a big crush on her, so I'm like, I think she's
Mm.
if he
Like,
watches
guess what I
this,
saw
he's gonna be
today? I
like,
saw Shawn Johnson. No, modern day gymnasts, oh, yeah, like Shawn Johnson, Nastia Liukin, Allie Raisman, oh, I love some Allie Raisman, especially floor.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. There's just so many to choose from.
cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and hanging out for an hour and
Yeah, no, I love it. Thank you for
and,
having me. I think it's such a good thing. It's such a good endeavor, a worthy endeavor for sure.
yay. Well, thank you for being part of it.
Yay. Thank you for having me. I'm
Yes.
honored and delighted. Yes. I love it.
Well, have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.
Yes. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.